Come on, handsome. Here we come. All right, everybody. This is our third week here, fourth week here, third week here. Mateo will be here a month around the 16th. Thank you. So we've already had, thank you. Hi, sweetheart. We've already had our assessment. And then we had our progress report a little late the following week, or 10 days. So much of what I've been doing with Mateo has been very quiet and slow and around the barn. Because of heat, he definitely is having trouble with the heat down here. And we've had a lot of rain, a lot of heat and a lot of rain. So I've had to work in and out of the rain and in and out of the heat. And definitely didn't want to be out here in the sun. So there's so much, the point I'm making is there's so much you can do with a horse to get them in the right mind space and connection and self-regulation that has nothing to do with lunging. I mean, I didn't teach him to do this. I didn't teach him to stand here. This is relationship. There's the lippy. Not to mention, Mateo is got a lot of great things going for him. He's here for retraining, but in a way, mostly, how do I want to put it? He's learning this way. That's what he's learning. It's not retraining because he's been so damaged. Mateo is 5, as I mentioned. He is, according to his dressage trainer, I think this was in the Netherlands where he was born, a level 2 dressage. He can pull a cart, and a very, very nice cart that is. So he's had formal training in that as well. But what I've seen and what his owner has seen is a lot of stress and a lot of discomfort. And it shows up in his body and in his emotions, obviously. And so when he first came here, she supplied me with a bunch of calming, all-natural calming supplements, which I don't use because I know we're going to get to his mind and his nervous system. I'm going to be able to teach him how to feel safe, confident, calm, relaxed. And I think it shows we show it pretty well in the first video when he first arrived here, how up he was and buddy sour and stallion-like. He didn't know how to socialize. He wasn't allowed out with other horses. And when you have an expensive horse like this that, you know, was bred well, he comes from, I mean, he's a very, very expensive horse. He's bred very well. And then he goes into training, you know, 99% of the time, they're not going to be out with other horses. So they're not going to be socialized. So now he's out. We've got him out at the right time of the day where it's cooler. And he's made great friends. He does really well. He's a good horse. He's not aggressive. He just doesn't know how to ask for permission to be accepted into a herd. And so the other horses get really irritated with him naturally. This is a natural process, but he doesn't understand that. So they just run him off. The bite marks on his neck are because he keeps putting his head in Zor's stall. So he doesn't understand space. And he didn't understand space or boundaries with people either. And a lot of that's traditional handling. You know, they want this horse all fired up because the more fired up he is, the more exuberant and beautiful the movement is, right? And you see that in a lot of performance horses. And so this soft eye, I mean, he is just, this is who he really is. Look how calm he is. And of course, this is his natural conformation, but we are going to definitely get rid of this ewe-neck. We want him to lengthen that neck and strengthen it. This is fat. He does not have any muscle up here, or you'd see this. There's no muscle. So as he gets into the more intensive work, weather permitting, And we're out here where he can start. We're going to start doing that today, where he can go in. We can work at Liberty or online at a nice straight big walk. That's where we're going to start. I know, buddy. Every time it rains, look at this. This is what we got to deal with. It knocks all the tools down. So, you know, I don't know if, Sabrina, if you could hear him starting to heavy breathe a little bit. So you pay attention to those things. Every time your horse starts to breathe heavy, in this case right now, it was stress. It went away, but it was stress. He came in here and he's like, oh, I know what this environment is like. I know what it produces. Everybody wants me to be really up and big and exuberant. Or maybe if I've got a lot of energy because no one lets me out of my stall, they're just going to run me in here. So, you know, my work is all about getting the mind of the horse and the heart of the horse, and the body will follow. Yeah, so let's test where we are in our relationship and our comfort with me and our mindset and our, and our bond. This is good. And we're going to see if we can do some liberty at a big walk and then join back up with me. So we can do all sorts of join up practices and exercises in his stall, in and out of his stall. He's a sweetie. He really enjoys where his stall is in his paddock because he can face my house. So I was out grilling last night, grilling some chicken, and you were just had a foot cocked under the shade tree watching. And then I had to come down and feed my old man, so of course he's nickering. Oh, so yeah, you're a definite pocket pony. You love relationship. That is part of one of the most amazing traits of a Friesian, like an Arabian, is you guys were bred to be family members. You really get along well with people. Yeah, you're very smart. I wouldn't think you're a 5-year-old right now. I think you're a 10-year-old. All right. So pretty cool. He has not, shown any of this stressful energy that he first came with at all. That's what we're here to do for you, buddy. Yeah. Show you how it's supposed to be. In my method, what I teach you guys is that you work on the connection and all the important pieces to keep your horse from leaving you when you get in here. But it will happen. This is part of disciplining the mind. And teaching your horse, how to stay focused on you and how to stay quiet and still. Good boy. So yeah, we're not just working on the energetic components and the physical we'll get to, but we're also working on the mental. So many horses are up and reactive, just like he was when he first came. His owner was giving him calming supplements. So I'm just going to reinforce that I need you to pay attention to me. Good boy. Come on. Yep. And of course he goes face first into the round pen panel because that's what he's been taught. Come on. Yes, you know what that means. Come on. We practice this every day. Good boy. So this is to be expected. And then this becomes an opportunity to teach. He didn't do anything wrong. This is his third time in here? Second time in here? He didn't do anything wrong. He has to be taught how to stay with you, if for all the right reasons. And it's not a conditioned response. It's not an operant response where it's pressure and release, positive and negative reinforcement. It is keep making the right thing the sweetest spot. And then what's the right thing? Staying with me, waiting, connecting, having a conversation, talking about it. We're going to just keep making those experiences every time you're there with me wonderful for you. And just keep building on that. And that's that tremendous positive reinforcement, positive training. So all I did by cracking the whip was get his attention. And, I certainly don't want to overstimulate him. There's plenty of horses that would have been a lot more reactive, and really flipped out over that. And that's okay, because they've got to get used to me doing a little bit of a correction. They've got to get used to me bringing up the energy. And it's not about them. It's not about him right now. There's no intention there. So we're going to work on that because this is going to build his confidence tremendously. This one exercise. Yep, I didn't teach you those outside turns. Come on. Well, come on. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Come on. So anything other than connecting and trying is not allowed. I'll help him out. So yeah, if he's going to smell manure, he's going to chew on grass, I'll just interrupt that. Come here. Good boy. So let's talk about this exercise on building confidence. Now it starts with you first. I think that's the hardest thing for people to learn or be willing to learn. Right? Come on. So that's why so many trainers are going to teach you guys desensitizing tactics. It's all about the horse. No, it's all about you. It starts with you. So this is your feedback and this is your information. There's a lot more this horse needs to keep building on, especially his confidence. So I'm going to hold his hand. The clucking is just to tune back into me. I'm going to meet him. Hi, come here, buddy. And then interrupt him. There you go. Yes, come on. Good. So he just gave me plenty of feedback and information that, hey, I'm not ready for that kind of energy because I've had a lot of negative whip work. A lot. He was very head shy. Good boy. Yep. When his owner first got him in April, and he doesn't like anything behind him, I'm going to have to truly retrain him driving because he is petrified when you get behind him, especially with whips. So it's horrible. So there's been some damage, definitely. So this is one of my top strategies for developing confidence in a horse, especially one that's had a lot of unnecessary pressure in the round pen or in training and whip usage, negative whip usage. So this is where it begins with you. Where's your leadership right now? Where's my leadership and how does it show up? It shows up by me grounding. I'm focused on you, my audience, not him. And he just needs to get used to this. It's not about desensitizing. I'm not turning around to flood him with this. Not right now. It's about him forming a new association, experience with this. And me being really clear as a leader that this is not about him. Now watch, I'm going to shift it completely. Good boy. Now I'm going to use the whip in the same manner to back him up. Now it's going to be about him. So I went from no intention to total intention.